Video I will show you a date experiment. So basically you can see in my table. So this is a magnifier glass, which is a very useful thing you can see in your schools, internet and your schools and universities. This thing is very useful. Now to the table to full work. So basically a magnifier glass. This magnifier glass is job that it can magnify something. So it is a basic glass with some metal or carbon casing. Well, I seen a mind. Let me put. Well, I focus to this. Normally, I can read something. I cannot. Its written is very small size, so I cannot read. And if difficult to read for normal eyes, then you can use this thing to magnify something. When you put this thing to a closed object and see for long distance, then you can see that object is very blur. But when you put the close this thing to eyes instead of the object, then you can your eyes was little bit moving, so it is the eye side effect. But as proper way is to use this thing in the side way, not too close the eyes. That is, it can damage list for damage in the eyes. So this is a magnifying glass. It is magnifying everything, just like there are 75 millimeter, the millimeter and diameter, which is size. Right now I put this so you can see it the inside. Maybe camera is not easy to see it. There are two. I think I can do long way so you can see there are two magnifying and reality. So I think camera is not see the difference, but reality is somewhere. But now I can close this thing to the camera to make on like this is a matchstick. So their back side is written too much. If you cannot read how much written in back side, then you can put this thing and maybe you can close them to see what is written. But right now this is a camera, so that's why they not see magnifying. But it is not to read this video. It is video is well. Magnifying glass is working principle first. When light is put in the magnifying glass, it can convert all the light into the amplifier as well as the single point. So which means light can come a large wave which can bounce it and convert with center short wave which can only the point of the center of the mirror to your eyes. So it can change the all image into single point. That's why it can magnify it. But same way if you can find a bulb sunlight in there, so there are sunlight pass through the this all magnifying glass and convert into a single dot, which dot is very extremely dot, which that you can put your table or everything, it can ignite it or paper. But keep in mind this experiment is extremely dangerous because when you put this dot accidentally in your eyes, that is, it can damage your eyes as well as you can put in your skin. It may skin burn because I'm trying this thing lots of times, about 2 days. So 2 days of full light I can put my distance into the object and light some like a matchstick and fuel some kind of fuel. So never put to hand, otherwise it can burn the hand. So it is a very extremely hard. So when you put that matchstick, look like that, and place some matchstick on the table like that, and now focus this place in sunlight. It is only work with sunlight, not room light and other lights. So it can point this place matchstick, it can ignite out. But right now my room is not light sunlight available because it is a closed room. So I go outside, try with sunlight and put it. This is a magnifying glass which I connect with help of tape for this pipe, and this pipe connect other pipe because this pipe is smaller. So right now I can place somewhere my chair like this with help of tape and go sun to the outside of sun because right now video is running in my room. After I do the roof with sunlight and sunlight pass, the main light can put it, and now I can take a the reflection, which reflection right now it's seen a table which is put in these matchsticks and see what happened here. And this glass is beam is very hard. Again I tell you, never put your face or eyes or your hands. Or I am trying also with fuels. So fuel I not use ethanol, but accidentally when I put in the little bit ethanol into some the cardboard and paper and apply the heat with beam for this magnifying glass, that stays when instead of burning the ethanol, ethanol is to evaporate quickly because the beam is so hot it can boil the ethanol in place and ethanol quickly evaporate. Instead, basically ethanol take a one drop to 1 minute to 5 minutes evaporate. But even when push this thing to the top of the ethanol, drop it in, it's just milliseconds. But it's not denied. But if you you can use ethanol and methanol carefully. Never use petrol because I am also thinking on the internet you've seen videos. Some people use petrol, so petrol is not safe because petrol is disadvantage is very highly flammable. As it is a petrol because petrol is first highly flammable, and once petrol can catch the fire, you can put a large basically other types of fuel. It can catch a fire. You normally put a water into it. It fire extinguished. But petrol in happen you can if petrol is catch the fire when you put the water to the extinguished flame, but that time instead fire is extinguishing, it can increase more and more because when you burning the petrol or gasoline and after adding the water, that tastes fire is too much instead of so extinguishing with us. So that's why I never use petrol. In petrol condition you can use a sand or fire extinguisher to extinguish it, never for water. But right now I recommend never use petrol, only use ethanol, methanol, or acetone is still worth, but I don't try with acetone. And ethanol is main problem is that I try ethanol that are not good result because ethanol is just I say ethanol is evaporate when I put the magnifying glass into the top. So that reason is not worth. So or if you can put this thing for matchstick about 30 seconds after matchstick at night without moving it because once you can put it, your hand is moved, matchstick is told, object is told to the room temperature, and then you put it and then you remove it. So that's why there's not a night. Continuously 5 seconds or 1 minute and 30 seconds. Apply continuously magnifying beam into the object which object is burned. Or remember, only use it might be things use only matchstick, not any other things. This thing is a night flammable things or some flammable things is very extremely dangerous, just like a petrol. Never use petrol. And this video segment I must see you guys soon. By the way, never put your eyes, face, clothes because this beam is very extremely dangerous. Very extreme. It can burn your skin more faster in 5 to 10 seconds. It can burn your skin quick, I mean. And never put in your clothes this thing. It's extremely dangerous. Use carefully or while using in sunlight, keep it use black sunglasses because maybe your hand slip out or when you align the photos, some photos it come to your face or damage your eyes. Keep safe.